Assalamu alaikum, welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition, the Helens. Calls the ceremony of the first Siddiqui Forum for international scene. More than 3 million people displaced since the start of a conflict in Sudan. Those were the Helens, and welcome to the National News. The Center of Technology and Innovation for Development, in partnership with the Ministry of Interior and the UNDP, and organized this morning in the conference room of the People's Place the closing ceremony of the work of the first edition of the Dikil Forum. The closing ceremony of the first edition of the Dikil Forum and was the theme, which is the year was social cohesion and economy saver and more prosperous future. The event began with the reading of the Holy Quran and the national anthem. The closing ceremony of this forum was attended by the Minister of the Interior, Mr. Said Noor Hassan, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, and the Minister of Women and Family, Mr. Muna Osman Aden, the Minister of Labor in charge of Formalization and Social Protection, Mr. Umar Abdi Said, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Robli Abdillah, and City Director, Mr. Samitra Abdi. The closing ceremony was also attended by the Prefect of the city and the 5 prefecture of the interior region, officials from the Ministry of the youth representative, including the ambassador of social cohesion and community resilience trained by the CTD, as well as many other personality from various backgrounds. The member of the government Sampoli signed a charter on the social cohesion, demonstrating the strong commitment of the public authority to the issues of social cohesion and community resilience. The closing ceremony of the first edition of the Dikil Forum this year's theme was social cohesion and community resilience to build a safer and more precious future. Government members and other officials were presented with the certificate with the ambassadors on social cohesion and community resilience training by the city, and also awarded a prize with the best and photographer, the theater team, and the best and poet. The ceremony ended with a family photo. The Minister of Decentralization in a walking visit to Rwanda, where he was received by his counterpart, the Rwanda Minister for Territorial Administration. The purpose of this mission is to learn about the decentralization model issues in Rwanda. The Minister dedicated for decentralization held the light discussion which his Rwanda counterpart, during which the two ministers shared their respective experience. The minister dedicated for the decentralization also met with the mayor of the city of Kigali and of the Buzegara district, with whom and he exchanged a great deal of information about the working of local authority Rwanda. Following the extraordinary performance in the National Championship of the Djibouti Cape, the chief of the staff of the National Gendarmerie Colonel Zakaria and Hassan Aden presided over a reception in honor of the women's handball and team on Tuesday, 13 July 2023, in the large reception room of the Gendarmerie headquarters. The ceremony was attended by all the senior and junior officials of the Gendarmerie Nationale. During this colorful event, the team's players were congratulated by the chief of the defense team for their achievement and self-sacrifice in raising the profile of the gendarmerie through this sporting activity, which is particularly popular with the Egyptian. The GO staff of the National Gendarmerie team then promoted the female gendarmerie in team to a higher rank and awarded a cash prize to all players and staff in the team. After breakfast, offered to the members of the team the traditional family photo and calls it this event. So the president of the team, Hamza Said Ahmed, began by recounting the team's benefits during the various competitions in which it had taken part, thanked the chief of the defense staff for his constant support and encouragement. And also in his speech, Colonel Zakaria Hassan and Aden urged the championship to keep up the good work and pledged his continued support. As As part of the cooperation, the French Fire Brigade gave a two-week training course to 15 trainees from the Fire Brigade. The event took place at the Civil Protection Headquarters and focus on mainly on roadside rescue and this training was also particularly timely as our country is currently in the summer period prone to fire. The Civil Protection Commander has a long-standing relationship with the French Fire Brigade, which is reflected in regular training section with the Djibouti Civil Protection. A lovely ceremony ended and with the traditional presentation of diplomats to the training firefighters. Colonel Mahmoud Musa Mahmoud, they also presented the trainees with a gift. So the Colonel Mahmoud Musa Mahmoud and he expressed his gratitude to the French firefighters trainer and congratulated the trainees on their diligence and dedication throughout the 2 week training course. The celebration of the fair in July and consisted of the storming of the Bastille in the Paris on Tuesday, 4 July 1789, is one of the inaugural and emblematic events of the French Revolution. The French army, wherever they are, essentially to celebrate this day with a great enthusiasm and ever since, because 4 July is a pink holiday for French people all over the world. The French forces stationed in Djibouti celebrated this day in the appreciated military tradition with a parade of foot unit, motorized unit, sailor and army. The 4th July ceremony, which took place on the morning of the 3rd July 2023 at the PAP, was chaired by General Laurent Poitier, commander of the FFDG, and attended by French ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Adana Burkazi, the president of the assembly. His Excellency, the later Mohammed the later the Chief of State of the Army Force General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim, and the President of the Belarus coming Mr. Abdul Kader Iman Adene to begin the ceremony of the French on Jewish General accompanied by the French ambassador, raised the color to the rhythm and of the two national anthem, Djibouti and France. Then the French forces stationed in Djibouti began a military parade of units on foot, which the five the Realm, then the Navy Airmen and firefighters, each in the term made a military parade before the public on the occasion of the celebration of 4th July of the French Republic. This mountain units were followed by motorized unit, armored vehicle, and armored machine gun carried, ending with the fighter planes and helicopters. So the prefect of Tajura and Mohammed Hamid Abbas visited the port of Tajura on a walking visit. He was welcomed by the managing director of the port of Tajura, Omar Hassan Omar. During their visit, the prefect turned to the port's various departments. The operationality of the port of Tajura and the Tajura Balho Road are now making a major contribution to the development of economic activity in the Djibouti in Tajura region. In fact, all along the northern corridor, which have been invited out to accommodate Ethiopian lorries, the visibility of the action undertaken by young people bears witness to the emergence of an entrepreneurial spirit keen to take advantage of this opportunity. These are certainly noble and promising initiatives that deserve to be supported and encouraged by the region's local authority. After the visit, Professor Mohammed Hamid held a meeting with the managing director of the port of Tajura, Omar Hassan Omar, who gave a presentation on the performance of the port's activity. So, in close collaboration with the Djiboutian Ethiopian government, the OM Djibouti Ethiopian and German Agency for International Cooperation have launched the work of the second cross-border exchange to improve care management. A large delegation from Djibouti and Ethiopia traveled to Addis Ababa as a part of the Ethiopian Djibouti cross-border exchange program on the protection and sustainable reintegration of vulnerable migrant children. Under arrival in Addis Ababa, the delegation was welcomed by the prefect of the region, Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita, and the vice president of the regional council, president by Noor Said Gildon. This initiative follows the first visit of Djibouti delegation to Addis Ababa, which aimed to gain a better understanding of the management structure for migrant children in Ethiopia and initiated the discussion on possible solution for establishing a standard cross-border operational project. This second visit will enable delegation from both countries to observe the difficulties encountered by Ethiopian migrants in Djibouti, with a particular emphasis on the vulnerability of the minor. During this tour, the tour delegation will have the opportunity to visit a border management infrastructure and will discuss the implementation of a campaign in the metro for identify return and integration that respect the best interest of the children. The Djibouti Table Tennis Federation has completed the first table tennis development program in Ali Sabi. The president of the FAPA, Mr. Kennedy, and the experts assisted by the Federation technical staff, led by the various aspects of the program, which will take place at the sports complex in the Seljuk region. The closing ceremony was attended by the regional authority, including the Prefect Abdul Malik Mohammed Bonita, the President of the Regional Council Sharmaki Hassan Awlali, and the Regional Director of the Secretary of State for Sport Ahmed Musa Absiye, the Senior Member of Parliament Abdul Khair Mbouh, the Governor of the Athlete Mr. Bara, and many other associates. So the Minister of the Interior Sain Noor, who was visiting Ali Sabi, was also present. It is a great sadness that we learn of the date Abu Bakr Yusuf Abdi, born on April 1959 in Djibouti, a former Colas executive. Yesterday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. at Bility Hospital, who died. He was also the father of five children, three girls and two boys. May his soul rest in peace, and may Allah welcome him to eternal paradise forever. I mean, we send our sincere condolence to the entire family of the deceased. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And for the international scene, Britain say it is taking action to another section on business were associated with the Sudanese military groups on both sides of the conflict. Fighting has raged in the northeast African country since mid-April, when Army Chief Abdullah Fattah al-Burhan and his former deputy Muhammad Hamdan Daglo, who commanded the paramilitary rapid support force, turn on each other. Also, we have Cote d'Ivoire. Heavy rain and rainfall in Cote d'Ivoire has caused the death of 13 people and since the beginning of April, indicating a particular tense raining season. Ivorian government spokesman Abdou Khalid say on Wednesday. That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention and wonderful evening.